It fucking sucked. Alright, that was a little melodramatic and a bit much. It didn't suck. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't a bad movie. It just was so far removed from anything that was in the book, you could hardly call it Ready Player One. As someone who considers himself a VR enthusiast, I read the book and I was like, this is potentially where we're going. The image of the Oasis is pretty much lockstep with what I had envisioned without all the Easter eggs and all the silly tasks, right? Like everyone in the world is just so dystopian that people just move into the Oasis. But not everybody's going to read the book, so I was holding out high hopes that the movie would be a really good, quick filler that I could point people to and say, hey, you want to know what VR is like or get the experience or understand where VR is going? Check out this movie. It gives a pretty good adaptation of the book and will kind of lay out kind of where VR is going in the future. Unfortunately, I can't do that because Steven Spielberg butchered the book so bad in making the screenplay that I don't even want to tell people it exists. And I know most people are going to say, well, Steven Spielberg read the book and Ethan Klein was involved in the writing of the screenplay. No, he wasn't. Like, let's be honest. He was there to make it rain, right? He was collecting a check and they were like, hey, how about we throw this in there? How about we do this? How about we change this random thing? And he was like, yeah, sure, whatever, guys. Just keep paying me, man. Do whatever you want. I made my money. I'm going to make it off the licensing. I'm all good. And it kind of shows in the book. Like, I can't even get into the nuance of it, but it really bugged me that they changed so much. When I initially saw the trailer, I got really excited because we have the technology to make this book right? So many adaptations fall short. This is one of them. I said, we're going to do it the right way. Steven Spielberg seems like a VR aficionado, and I heard him talk about reading the book and then wanting to make the movie, so I got really excited. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. And a lot of times when I'm kind of ranting and losing my thoughts, but like you can't change that much of it and call it the same thing. If you went into this without knowing anything about the book, you might say, oh yeah, it was an okay, cool movie. But if you really love the book, then that movie was a complete disappointment for you, like it was me. That movie should have definitely been a Netflix 10-episode miniseries instead of a 3-hour movie. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, that's cool. They're going to potentially try to fit it all in. And you could have done that visually with in-movie Easter eggs. You don't have to tell the story of the environment, right? You can kind of like show it through cutscenes here and there. Parzival wasn't even in high school. There's so much that they missed out. I can't even begin to explain it. But if you want to have this debate, I am more than willing to make a second video about it. But I just had to get this out. Enough time has passed since the movie was created. I just feel like I needed to make this just to get this off my chest. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Like, the last scene was pretty epic and Mechagodzilla was awesome. But I feel like when it got to that point, the stakes weren't even there. So when Parzival gave his speech, I didn't give a shit because I was so confused and upset by so much as they had changed that I was just like, let's just like put a knife in this movie. It's taking forever. The person I felt the most connection to in the movie was the villain. It's crazy. But like at this point I was like, get Oasis out of the hands of these children. If this movie is any indicator, they don't have any right to own it. Like, let's put it in some adult hands. Yeah, we'll make it a freemium thing. We'll cover up all the spaces with advertising. But like, goddamn, this is nothing like the book. So I don't care what happens to any of these characters. And that's just me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna end my rant there. I know I'm gonna stoke all kinds of people being upset about this review. I wouldn't even call it a review. This is a therapeutic rant session, and you got the joy of listening to me talk about my distaste with this movie. A movie on itself, I'd give it 7 out of 10. It was super entertaining. It was a blockbuster. It was great CGI, production quality, all these, Simon Pegg is awesome. If you were looking for anything closely related, if you were looking for a visual experience of what you read, stay away from this movie, guys. Stay away. And I'm going to just leave it there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Tell me I'm a shithead. I don't know what I'm talking about. And, anything flies. Later.